Hey, today is Monday. Let's talk about internet content, especially YouTube. This is where I'm going to post this. So, I'm going to talk about three types of content. First is this kind. This is just regular user content. It's not produced, not managed, nothing, right? I'm just me posting this. No one's going to watch it. I don't care. Then you have next level up is produced. So you get more viewers and stuff, and then you get producers, and you make it better, and you make it more nice. Then you've got the whole manufactured content. Those people are just, the scammers, the liars. They don't have anything to say. They're just trying to, feed into what people want to hear, kind of thing. Because people like to be lied to. They really love to be lied to. They don't really love the truth. No, not at all. They like the lies. Okay. And so let's talk about that a little bit. So first, if you see my previous videos, okay, I'm almost 62. I'm very healthy. I don't do anything special. Okay. I've lived a normal, healthy life since I was a kid. But I had to run away from doctors when I was 15. It's just a long story. I posted about it. But doctors never helped me with anything. And it's been a while studying that. So the first thing to know is getting old and unhealthy, that's a lie. I'm proof, okay? People like me are proof that that's just a lie. I hope you realize that. That's why I'm here, to prove it. Then, of course, USA Cycling are proof that that's all lies, right? It was all lying, cheating, stealing, right? And if you want to make, be successful in this world, that's what you have to do. Lie, cheat, and steal. I don't do that. A lot of people do. Most people do. Especially anybody that's successful. Especially if they're second or third generation and they got money from their parents or whatever, they're inherited it, and they have, they can't do anything and they want to prove themselves. Anyway, so that's what they do. Okay. And I have proof of that, right? And I have proof of, SFPD, the police department, and how they've done to me. It's all lies, right? And how they said I had no civil rights and all kinds of terrible things that they've done and my neighbors have done. Basically, this whole city. It's just all lies. San Francisco, I'm talking about San Francisco, if you haven't been following me. It's just all lies. And then, so let's talk a little bit about today. And so, first of all, let's talk about Mr. Khanna. So this is, came out. This is for today. And he's saying that Schumer should be replaced. Okay, as far as me, I'm an independent. And I consider the Democratic Party basically the party of slaveholders now. And they've basically been, importing slaves. It's, you can't really call them slaves because they're not chained up and stuff. And that sort of denigrates, how bad it was. And, a couple hundred years ago. 100 years ago? 150? But anyway, it's indentured servitude or whatever. And so they just like to have lots of immigrants to do low cost labor and make rich people richer is basically my point of view. Anyway, so this is Ro Khanna. Is there a picture of the guy under here? Ro Khanna? I don't know. He's not there. But he says, he's the leader of the Senate. They're talking about this deal on health care. Okay, and we got to get the subsidies for all these people. And I don't use health care. It's been all scam. I pay my insurance every month, and they've never done anything for me. So if I don't have health care, it's not really going to affect me at all. But of course, our health care premiums are really high because people have destroyed their bodies and their minds over the years. I watched it. And I tried to help people for decades and decades. And 0.00% of people cared. I can tell you. Because I've been doing it for a long time. Okay? So he doesn't care either, right? He's just fighting for health care premiums, not about their health, right? He doesn't want people to be healthy. He wants you to pay premiums, right? That's him. Okay, let's switch over to Nancy Pelosi, daughter Christine Pelosi. So this is Christine Pelosi. She's Nancy Pelosi's daughter, and she's just retiring. And she's going to run she's going to fight for consumer rights, women's rights, gun violence survivors, immigrants, and our most vulnerable communities against the threat we face. What do we do when our freedoms are under attack? We speak up. We fight back. We organize for the people. Organize power for the people. That's what I want to do for you. But I've been documenting San Francisco. That is not what they do. See, it's the exact opposite. So, I mean, you have to be a conformist. And I'm in the Haight-Ashbury, and it's like very conformist there, right? You know, if you're not like, you know, tie-dyed hippie, whatever, they don't want to even talk to you. So it's totally opposite. This is all lies and lies and lies. And that's just what I wanted to say, because I'm proof. I've been gathered a proof, and like I said many times, truth is very expensive. Yeah. So that's the video for today. And let me end that with, I think there's a quote that says, all that's needed for evil to spread is for good men to do nothing. Have a good day.